That's the other
People
person.
that are going to rewatch are going to, because the video's
my
going
buddy
to
from Texas, who's a Texans guy. I think that me and him might go potentially.
But yeah, welcome in here. Episode 82.
82.
Berman. It is almost draft week. Next week is draft week.
Yes, I'm pumped. I'm so pumped, man.
It's time. I always forget that, like, the week leading up to the draft,
it's so
crazy.
miserable.
It's crazy, but this week before that week, nothing.
Nothing. No. There's going to be nothing literally all
next week. Things heat up.
Yeah, next week is when there's a lot of conversations and when everybody starts talking about who's going where. But as of right now, it blows, man. It blows. But I did make a video today. I don't know if you saw it, and it's one thing that I really noticed because I saw this tweet, and it's like, I don't know if my team's ass or not, but I don't know. It said, I don't know if it's just because my team's ass, but the NFL draft is one of my favorite things that the NFL does. And not wrong whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Dude, they have made the biggest thing that made the NFL draft so special now is by moving out of Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that made it so special.
Because of that, the NFL draft is the second biggest event the NFL puts on every year. The Super Bowl is the only event the NFL does that's bigger than the draft.
It's crazy.
Huge.
It's crazy. Huge. And I love the fact that obviously the first couple of years they went to Chicago, they went to Vegas, they went to Dallas, Nashville. And those are all cities that I listed, knock on wood, if the Bears build their new fucking stadium, whatever that is, that all can host Super Bowls. But now, even though Detroit hosted a Super Bowl, do you think that they'll ever host one again at Ford Field?
Probably not, but I wouldn't rule it out.
Probably not. I wouldn't rule it out. But still, like next year going to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Or going to
the Ravens
Baltimore.
Are putting in a bid.
Yeah. Going to Baltimore, as you said, because if the bank was inside, Baltimore could have a Super Bowl, but they're not doing it in cold weather. They're not doing it in cold weather outside.
I don't think if we have an indoor stadium, we would ever host a Super Bowl anyway.
Yeah. So I love that they're going to cities where they can't host a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And because it gives them something. We've talked about this before, how it gives them something to have where they could go to. The whole NFL is there. They make it a huge thing. It's great. It really is great. And I'm fucking pumped. I am so pumped for the draft. Josh knows I had some issues this morning, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the draft. Because, dude, I'm like, but I really want to go to the Cubs game before the draft. That's my whole goal. Is I want to do. I did it last year, and it was awesome. Rice gum? Are you talking about Rice gum?
No, Rashi Rice.
Oh, Rashid Rice. I thought he was saying rice gum for a second. Don't meme on me. And yes.
Oh, here it is. He is being sued $1 million.
That's pocket change to him.
For severe injuries, including trauma to the brain, last year. Okay, yeah, damn.
Yeah, but yes, I did. I didn't watch it. I watched like a lot of the highlights.
I don't know if I'd call it pocket change.
It was sick. It was so sick. Dude, I mean, well, I didn't think about it that much.
$1 million is a lot of money.
$1 million is $1 million. Holloway's knockout was actually fucking crazy. That's one of the most iconic moments in the UFC right there. Did you see that, Josh?
I didn't watch it.
Dude, it was wild. Buzzer beater knockout with 1 second left.
That's pretty crazy.
It was wild. Here, ready?
Pull it up.
We'll watch it. Hold on. Let's go to YouTube. YouTube with Joshua Block. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. No, not full fight. Knockout. Where is it, man? I'll just go to the very end.
Recordings just got better.
Hey!
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that
we're using it. Are you fucking kidding me? This is just an hour-long Yap Fest. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, that's such clickbait.
Hit the short, right there, Bleacher Report.
No. You got to hear it from the broadcast.
Okay. That might be it.
Yep.
Holloway shows some mortality. Look at this. Holloway just told him, stand right here. Oh, big connection late.
Oh, that's pretty wild.
Holloway wins the BMF title. Oh my goodness.
That's pretty wild.
Whoa! Oh my
Is this
goodness!
one?
Look, forces it, points at the ground, and they just decide to wing it. And then Max catches him right here. There it is.
Oh,
Just slapped him.
my goodness. Clean as can be. And the accumulation of damage was too much for Gaethje to take. Holy smoke.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I'm just in general not the biggest fan of just like fights, boxing, wrestling like, as a whole.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like with your like American Ninja Warrior and stuff like that you'd be into it.
They're not going against each other though.
Well, I know, but I mean like just sports kind of like that. Because dude, I like the UFC. I'm pumped for McGregor coming back. I love Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
I know that's like
that's cool.
I know that's like the most basic thing ever, but I absolutely love him, dude. I don't know how you can't. He's awesome.
character.
He's the best. He's the best shit talker in the UFC that the UFC's ever had. He's the reason. He's basically the reason why the UFC is as big as it is. Without
That
Conor
really is.
McGregor, would it be this big?
I'm
$5
thinking. I'm thinking the baseline is what Baker got. I'm thinking what Baker got is around what Goff is going to get.
That's pretty fair.
I think that's kind of
That's
where you
pretty
would
fair.
set that.
Yeah, I feel like Goff. He had a great year last year. He had a really good year.
Yeah.
But I also feel like at the same time that you could plug in a lot of quarterbacks into that Detroit offense and they could do the same thing. That's what I kind of feel like.
I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback, but I think he's better than I think he's proven to be a very good quarterback. Is
Agreed.
he's not a guy that I'm looking to replace.
No, he's not a guy that I'm looking to replace either. But I think that if they had to, or if they didn't want to pay him that much, is that they could. They totally could. Dude, is it bad? Is this a bad thing, Josh? I'm not really scared about the Lions.
I don't know. I can't understand that. I mean, the Lions have proven a lot more than the Bears have.
No, I know, but is it a bad thing that I think that we could beat them twice, no problem?
Well, the fact that you almost did last year,
Yeah,
is a reason why.
No, I think that we could easily beat them
But-
twice. We fucked up the first time. We should have beat them twice.
Yeah, like you guys should have beat them twice last year when
Yeah.
they were way better.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the Bears are better than the Lions? No.
No, it doesn't mean they're better, but I then this could come back to bite me, but I'm not worried about the Lions.
I can't say I agree with that. I mean, I think if we're talking about who's a bigger contender, then it's not even.
Well, yeah, no, I think they're a bigger contender, but I mean, just legitimately, it's a bad thing that I'm just not.
I think as a whole in the NFL, there are very, very few divisional matchups that you can look at and say there's no chance I'm beating this team, no matter how much better one is than the other. Just because these teams are so familiar with each other.
Yeah.
Just is an NFL take as a whole.
Yeah.
Where
I just think
it's
of the
very rare that I'm going to look at a divisional matchup and I'm just like, oh, there's no way that this team's going to lose.
Yeah.
Just as a whole.
I just think that Chicago might have their number. They might, and they could show it to me
You
this
got
year.
swept last year. You can't say they have your number.
Well, no, I think that they might, dude. If you watch those two games, if you sat down and you watched those two games, it was dominance. And they let
And
the
yet
first
they still lost. What's your point?
You know, they let the first one fucking slip away from them. But the second one, when you come to Soldier Field, the best offense in football, and you hold them to 13 points and 3 turnovers, and it was
And lose.
the game. No. I'm not talking about the loss. Talking about the game at Soldier Field.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was just, I was sitting there like, what the fuck is going on right now? It was crazy to me. The team that doesn't scare me one fucking bit is Minnesota. I don't think that they're going to be good this year at all.
I think that Minnesota is a team that just, until they have a quarterback that I can take seriously, I don't care about.
Yeah.
I think outside of the quarterback position, they've assembled a pretty solid roster. But
yeah, outside the quarterback,
until they have a
100%.
quarterback that I can take seriously, and that would not be JJ McCarthy, by the way.
No.
I can't. I don't care.
Oh, I want them to draft JJ so bad. I want them to draft him so bad. I will be so toxic if I'm watching the draft and I see the Minnesota Vikings trade up to get JJ. I will be so just fucking, I'm going to go nuts.
One thing I'm very interested to see is what is real and what is not in terms of the JJ McCarthy hype.
Yeah.
Because so many people seem to like him.
Mhm.
But Caleb Williams is obviously the Bears guy.
Yeah.
The Commanders guy is going to be either Jaden Daniels or Drake May, probably Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
The Patriots guy is going to be either Jaden Daniels or Drake May, probably Drake May.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy is whose guy? Who's the team that's like, oh, the Broncos could get him. The Vikings could get him. The Raiders could get him.
Yeah.
Who is the team that actually like, yeah, no, we like this guy.
We do. And then here's the
And I
bigger
don't know.
question, right? Between let's say JJ, he's between Minnesota, it's between Minnesota and Denver, right?
Right.
And obviously one of them doesn't get him.
Right.
Who's next?
What happens if neither of them want him?
Then they trade back and then they go and get Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. And JJ just goes and plays backup somewhere.
And then, but here's the other thing. Let's throw this out there and even crazier. What if the Patriots want him?
Then the Patriots, good luck. Then you got either Drake May or Jaden Daniels on the board for free.
Right. What happens if they take McCarthy instead? What are the odds of that?
The amount of phones that will be ringing in Arizona will be unreal if they take JJ McCarthy
I
at 3.
listened to this interview. I was driving home yesterday on NFL radio. Bill Polian, Hall of Fame GM.
Plus, also, of course, he's a good system QB when you have the number 1 running offense in the country, and he doesn't really have to do anything. Sorry, go ahead. I fucking hate Michigan too, assholes.
He's not even a Michigan fan. He's a Michigan State fan.
Yeah, I know. Go green. I fucking love Michigan State. I hate Michigan so much.
But Bill Polian talked about in 1999, everyone wanted Ricky Williams, and the Colts made a decision that pissed off their entire fan base when instead of taking the running back Ricky Williams, it took running back Edgerrin James, who has a gold jacket right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he got destroyed in the media. He got destroyed. So, and I'm saying this to say, first of all, the reason why the NFL draft is fun is we have no idea who's actually going to turn out good and who's not. Even if we think we know, you don't. And 2, even more so, we think we know what's going to happen. We have no idea. The only thing that we know is that Caleb is going number 1.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's scary.
We think we know that it's going to be either Drake May or Jaden Daniels at 2. For all we know, the Commanders could take Marvin Harrison Jr. like Michael Marsky said they should.
Yeah.
Is there a 99% chance it doesn't happen? Yeah. But is there a 1% chance that it does? Yeah.
There is. And that's going to be so...
Never know.
I can't wait to just see the twists and turns throughout the first round. I'm
like
pumped.
Jalen Carter falling to 9 last year, no one saw it coming.
Nope.
Or the Texans trading up and getting 2 and 3 back to back. No one saw it. We have no idea what's going to happen, and that is why the draft is so fun.
Look, we've had all these scenarios. There's just no it would be the craziest smokescreen of all time if the Bears didn't take him. They don't meet with a single other quarterback. They don't
Yeah,
meet
they didn't even.
anybody
That's what it
else.
is. The fact they didn't even like talk
Yeah.
to anyone else.
They say Caleb's only visit to any team is Chicago. That's it. And then on draft day, they go, Drake May.
Yeah,
Imagine. Dude,
that would be
I would love it though.
Vontae Mack.
I would love it being at like the Bears draft party. I would love to just film the reaction. I would love to just film the like I wouldn't know what I'd do. I mean, I think that Drake May will still be good, but I'd sit there like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What like it would be so weird. I mean, I'd support Drake May. I'm in. I'd be in on Drake May in a heartbeat. But it would just be like, what the fuck? Ryan Poles, dude, he is not risking his job like this. He can't. He can't do it.
Chicago as a whole is going to be really interesting to talk about. And because I don't know what to think about him right now. Because they're coming off a season where they were mid, but they showed flashes of being really good and flashes of being awful during the same season.
It
So
was awful at the beginning, and then it was very good.
But they finished the year great.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the last game of the year, they went back to looking terrible.
Yeah. Defense.
So
has-
there is that part of it. There is the rookie quarterback aspect. I see a scenario where the Bears go 12-5, look really, really good,
Mhm.
and shock the world. But I also see a scenario where they like take a massive step back, go 4-13, and no one knows why. And I have no idea. I don't understand. Like, you don't.
It's weird.
Know. We don't
It's
know what to
weird.
expect out of Chicago right now because they're such a question mark of a team right now.
They are.
We don't know. They've
They are.
had games where I can't off the top of my head. It's such a weird team. I can't think of a team right now that was weirder last year where there were points in time where they looked really good. And then
Mhm.
there were points where they looked like they were the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah. That's literally was this
So-
season.
And I will also say that neither of those, not the peaks or those valleys, were solely because of quarterback play.
No, it wasn't at all. At all. There were games. Justin Fields was the same way. They'd have games where he would be on one and he was making every single throw. He
Right.
was doing every single thing he could. And then there were games where he was just horrible. Just
Yeah.
horrible.
Right.
There was no in between.
Right.
And you need a guy where his horrible game is throwing for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and having a pick.
But
No.
here's the other thing.
Not a
In
Justin
games-
Fields horrible game where it's 40 yards, 60 on the ground, and an interception.
But yet you win that game 17-13, and Justin Fields has 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, and you guys lose the game 38-33.
What are you talking about?
Like, a lot of Justin Fields' best games last year, you guys didn't win. And a
That
lot of
was
his
no,
worst
no.
games-
That was the year before. That was the year before.
That was more the year before, but there was a couple of times last year too.
There was the Broncos game, which you could also blame Justin at the same time for an interception and fumble.
Well, yeah, the
back.
thing with Fields was his
Which resulted
mistakes
in
were
Broncos
timely, man.
Huh?
His mistakes were timely. That's the other
They
problem.
were.
with him last
That's
year.
the biggest thing. Very
Is he would
timely.
play a great game, and then in the fourth quarter, you just need one more good drive, and he throws a terrible pick.
Yep. That's how it went, man. That's how it went.
Or he has a terrible game, but hey, it's 10-7. You go into 2-minute drill and you win the game.
Yeah. That's what it would be, dude. Oh my God. Do you remember that Bears Vikings Monday Night Football game?
Yeah.
That's one of the worst primetime games I've ever watched. No. No, what was the actual like worst? It was Colts Broncos, not this year, last year. Do you
Yeah, that was
remember
bad.
that was one of the most miserable games ever.
It's horrible
Dude,
football.
But the biggest thing, now that we kind of pointed it out, and my teacher's fucking around on Canvas, he sent me 10 notifications. All right, but who's gonna be the quarterback of the Denver Broncos? That's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah, because they are in a worse place than Minnesota. And let's say neither of them get a quarterback. Minnesota at least is Sam Darnold, which is not good, but it's a guy who's has starting experience. Denver would have Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah.
Denver needs to come up with something.
Yeah.
Now,
Quick.
well, I don't know if it's quick because they're also undertaking the largest dead cap in NFL history this year and next year.
True.
You don't need to do that. And
True.
you have the 12th pick. You can take Michael Penix in what's the Broncos' second round pick? You can take a guy like Michael Penix or Bo Nix if one of them's still there.
Yeah.
You could do that and ride it out with them. A second round pick, only have 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have that 5th-year option. Not attached to him. It's less money. Even on a rookie wage scale, it's significantly less money than a first-round pick. Ride it out with him. Do what Denver did with Drew Lock a couple years ago, where if he worked out, great. If not, all right, fine. We cut our losses and we went and got Russell Wilson. Obviously, it didn't work, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Where Denver is in no hurry. It's not like they have a championship window here.
Yeah.
This is maybe the worst team in football.
I don't know if maybe. I don't even know if you have to say maybe.
Well, they have Patrick Surtain. They have Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
Those are two.
What's your prediction right now? Ready? What's your prediction right now for who is going to have the number 1 pick next season? If you had to say right now before the NFL draft, I'd say maybe.
Right. They don't have a second round pick.
Yeah. I'd say it's either the Broncos right now in current standing. The Broncos, the Giants. Giants are bad. They're bad
Giants
news.
bad. New England.
Washington. Carolina, I feel like Bryce Young might take a step this year.
Carolina could.
Carolina could take a step.
But I doubt it, but maybe.
Yeah, or just stay in the same spot. It all depends on Bryce. Bulls winning tomorrow. They play on Wednesday. Are you gonna watch? Dude, I saw a take and I'm not gonna lie. I think that the play-in tournament is kind of useless.
It just makes the regular season more interesting.
But here's the thing, right? I kind of realized this because he went on this whole rant saying how, like, here, real quick, hold on.
They're trying to discourage tanking by having more spots. And they want to add more excitement. Like, it's
like you look in the West, right? The Pelicans have 49 wins.
But no, look at this, though. Look at a team like Golden State and Sacramento, 46 wins, missing the playoffs, having no chance.
And then you look at the East.
And exactly. Well, that's the thing. But in the West, the play is going to be great. The East doesn't. The East is the 9-10 in the East doesn't mean anything. But then you look at the Western Conference.
Fuck you. Hey, we're proudly a 9 seed.
You're proudly under 500 and have a chance of the postseason.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
Well, that's to your point. Why does a team go to their record 39-43? Why is a team that's 39 better yet? Why is a team that's 36-46 have a chance of the playoffs? That's a legitimate argument. But now go over to the West.
Only 10 teams in the NBA are eliminated from the postseason.
But now go over to the West. And you would say, how is it that we have a team that's 46-36 with no chance?
Yeah.
So both arguments are valid.
It's a weird debate, but also here's the thing, Josh.
The Lions and Pistons had the same number of wins last year in this season. Yep.
Wait, actually?
14 wins.
Dude, they're so fucking bad.
All right, look at the Wizards. One game better.
Yeah. Let's see. Trailblazers worse than the West.
This is the year, by the way, where the Wizards get the number 1 pick because it's the worst draft class ever. They're going to finally give the Wizards the number 1 pick. That's the running theory in the DMV area right now that now the Wizards are going to be allowed to have the number 1 pick because it's the worst draft class of all time. You're not getting any kind of superstar. The Wizards finally get the number 1 pick. Congratulations. That's what's going to happen.
Dude, it's just like the one thing I saw is it's just like, isn't the
Probably
regular season already just a play-in tournament?
Well,
Isn't the regular season just one big play-in tournament?
well, then what's baseball?
Baseball's the same fucking thing. Baseball is a whole different argument. Talking about the NBA itself.
The
The
NHL
regular
same thing.
season, there's 82 fucking games to go out there and prove yourself in one night. And then you have to put 82 games on the line in one night.
It's why the NFL is the best, because every game matters so
Yep.
much more.
And that's why I've kind of changed my take about baseball playoffs, because it's, even though they play so many games, it comes down to maybe just a couple. That's it. And the stakes are so high. They feel so high in there.
But the time well, yesterday in the NBA, you had 3 teams in a 3-way tie for the number 1 seed in the West.
Yeah.
And that came down to the last day. You had a situation with the Knicks winning a game in double overtime to be the 2 seed in the East.
Mhm.
What's the difference? Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
But actually, there is a big difference in the East, because the thing is, with the 76ers, nobody wants to play the 76ers. Nobody wants to play them, because the reason why their record is so bad and why they're in the play-in tournament, Embiid was hurt.
Right.
And now he's back. And obviously, they have to win a game out of 2. They're going to have 2 chances to win a game, either them or the Heat. And we'll see what happens. But I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited for the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I have this take. Why is the NBA playoffs take a page out of March Madness's book? Not even saying single elimination. Best of 3 in round 1, best of 5 in round 2. And then once you reach the conference finals, you go to 7 games. Those games will mean more. Like the 1 versus 8. No one gives a shit. If you say it's best of 3.
Yeah, it is a lot easier. I do like what the NBA has done lately. Like the in-season tournament, that was perfect. That was perfect to have. That was a good addition to the league this year. But there's still so many things that need to be changed about the NBA just to make it more interesting.
Well, it's the storylines.
Yeah, the storyline.
There isn't the NBA when it was at its best in terms of fandom. LeBron, KD, Steph, James Harden. As good as these young guys are, there isn't that massive cult of fans behind Giannis or Luka yet.
Yeah.
Once that happens, you're in. And I'll tell you what, I saw a graphic today on Twitter talking about the most talked about players on social media this year. You know who was 3rd? Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
He can be the guy to build the fan base. Even if, I think he very well could be the best player in the NBA very shortly. But even if he doesn't elevate to that level, if he can get near that conversation with the fan base that he's already building, then I'll tell you, I'm a member of. I love that guy. I love watching him play. He might be my favorite player to watch in the NBA right now.
He's awesome.
Steph is always my favorite, but Wemby is right up there too.
I love Luka.
Yeah, Luka's great.
Yeah. Dude, everybody's coming from overseas now. Everyone.
Another guy is kind of like Anthony Edwards.
And also the thing is, Josh, the last time that we said that a draft class was as bad as this one in the NBA, somebody named Giannis Antetokounmpo happened to be in that draft class. And a couple of players
halfway through the first round.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the Bulls play. Hopefully they win and somehow make the playoffs. I wish that there was a way that we could play Milwaukee at the 2 seed, because that's the one team where I feel like we'd have a chance. We're going to get fucking murdered. We are going to get killed by the Celtics. Like, I might just go to a game in Chicago, because tickets will probably be maybe $40 in nosebleeds, because we just know we're done. It's over.
Here's the other thing. Hey, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday. It is now or never. I mean, they have ran through the league this year. They have been clearly the best team in the NBA this season from the jump.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Imagine if the Bulls somehow beat them. They would be cooked. They would be
That would
cooked.
be ridiculous. But I mean, if they lose in any round, it is like if they don't do it this year, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. And the Cubs look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them right now. They just need to keep fucking rolling. I'm happy with the Cubs. Gonna try and get out to the game next week.
Finally.
I love them, dude. I love these fucking Cubs. I love them. It's so fun to watch. It's so
I think
fun.
the O's are in second right now behind the Yankees. I think.
Let's see. I'll
I
fact
don't
check it. We'll do a little MLB check-in. Maybe that's what Mondays will turn into.
They did. They extended a draw.
We do a little MLB check-in. MLB Monday. Yeah, ready? Let's see. We got
Yeah.
there you go. Josh is in second place at 9-6, and
The whole division at 500 or
the
better.
Cubs are in fourth at 9-6.
Damn.
But we have the same record, Josh.
Wait, the Dodgers
Dodgers.
aren't like dominating?
No, not really.
Hold on. By the way, we gotta talk about this. The Shohei story.
Yeah.
Can you believe like how badly he got screwed over?
Dude, it wasn't him. It actually
No.
was him. Yeah, no, he got screwed.
First of all, Shohei, for God's sake, learn English.
Yeah.
Like, or at least to the point where you don't have a guy speaking on your behalf at all times. You don't need to be fluent. You don't need to be fluent. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's unrealistic. Okay, I don't follow him enough. How much English does he understand? Okay. Well, then what the fuck's the point of an interpreter?
For like big things, like you do still need one. You do still need one. It's just so weird though, because here's the thing.
How long I'm under the impression that he
how
doesn't
long has
understand
Shohei
English.
been in the MLB for? How long has he been in the MLB for? Like
A long time at this point.
Yeah, and this Cubs player who we just got, Shota Amaga, he's been here for 2 months, and he speaks pretty fluent English enough where he could do an interview without an interpreter from
Right.
trying to learn.
So
He still has one for like big interviews and
yeah,
everything. But
and, like, I understand that. I mean, I'm not going to say, hey, just learn English, buddy. Go ahead. No, like I understand that it's hard. It's a difficult language to learn.
yeah,
But you had a guy that was speaking on your behalf at all times. A guy that was saying, no, we want this bank account. Shohei wants this closed, this bank account private, because he couldn't speak for himself.
Yeah.
And this dude lost $40 million. He
Yeah.
bet over $140 million.
mm-hmm. It's
Like,
wild.
That's insane.
It's
that-
crazy.
It's one of the most wild sports stories I've ever heard.
Yeah, he got played, man. He got played.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. After a disappointing 14-68 season, the Detroit Pistons have decided to hire a new head of basketball
That's a
operations.
good idea.
Yep.
Good call, Detroit. Your
Yeah.
football team has the same number of wins as your basketball team does.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. They already have a controversy with the new interpreter. What the fuck happened? What?
Yeah, what happened?
Is he betting again? Imagine how crazy that would be. If it comes out he's gambling again, then it might be Shohei and he might be capping it up. Yeah. But no, I
Well, this isn't Shohei. This was a New York Times investigation. And
Yeah.
we're like, yeah, no, we found nothing. They said that, I think they said it was like 4,000 pages of text they went through, and there was not a mention, not one mention of anything.
Yeah. Nothing with Shohei. He was innocent. That's crazy. And we all thought that he was the one betting the whole time. That's crazy.
But and then also what comes out, not only is this all it's the number to the extent is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Yeah. It's all fucking wild, dude. I can't
Yeah.
believe any of this shit anymore, bro. The new translator was not fully saying things that he was saying. Dude, that's such a hard job to have.
Oh yeah.
Listening to somebody talk in another language through one here and then say it in a different one out the other. That's crazy hard to do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. The one that's really
Especially
cool
when
though,
you're focusing on betting the whole time.
yeah, especially when you got your bets loaded and you're losing so much. Masters talk. I did watch a good amount of the Masters.
I honestly couldn't care less. In terms like there are other sports like I didn't watch UFC, but I all right, it's interesting. There is no part of me that finds the Masters interesting at all.
Dude, it's the culture around it that's so cool.
It feels very pretentious. The culture.
It is very pretentious.
The culture is not something. Does not seem like something I would want to be a part of.
Well, no, it's very pretentious, but that's what makes it so cool. Is
The
just
only
how,
thing about the Masters that I find interesting is gym dance.
well, no, gym dance is like one of the best parts about the Masters. Dude, the afternoon nap when you turn it on and then you wake up, the gym dance just like whispering into the TV. It's perfect. It's
If you're
perfect.
falling asleep watching the sport, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how it
yeah,
goes,
hey,
man.
I
That's
didn't
what
watch UFC, but there's interesting parts of it. There is
Yeah.
zero part of me that finds golf interesting.
Yeah,
at all.
when he hits you with the hello, friends, and welcome to Augusta National.
Hello, friends.
Come on.
It's great.
Like, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. That course, like,
When I
It's
hear
so-
"Hello, friends," my mind goes to Madden 13 and Jim Nance and Phil Simms.
I
That's
want
the game that got me into football. Madden 13 on the Wii.
Yeah. Madden 13 on the Wii, dude. The Wii had some banger games, especially sports games. They had some great sports games on there. Dude, I remember playing what's it called? Mario Sports Mix, I think it was called. And it was like Mario, but you could play basketball, soccer. They had like every sport on there. The Mario baseball game, Mario Super Sluggers, is probably the best sports game of all time. The best sports video game ever. And oh my gosh, dude, are you getting NCAA football
Of course.
when it comes out? Okay, good. What do you play on?
Xbox.
Xbox One, One X,
Uh,
One S.
The new one. Series X.
Damn, so you got it like that. I mean, I got my refrigerator sitting next to me too. I'm in the
It's been
same
out
boat.
for a while at this point. I've had that
Dude,
Xbox for a while.
Dude, that's like the first video game that I'm buying in years. It's been years since I bought a video game.
Yeah.
And I am spending my money. I'm going to take my hard-earned money to the fucking bank, and I am buying that game right there. NCAA football is literally the best sports, like actual sports video game ever. I'm praying that they don't fuck it up. I want to see a game.
My expectations are low, to be honest with you.
Did you see that Kirk Herbstreit and them have been in the studio for like
Yeah.
hours on end filming
Yeah.
everything? And that apparently it's a rumor that they're going to have different announcers too. That it's not just
Yeah,
going to be
we'll see.
every game. Hopefully, dude, imagine if they got Gus Johnson on there. Oh my God. I feel like just Gus Johnson gets all the love in the world, but like we just don't hear about him enough.
Yeah. So something interesting here
Yeah.
is Lamar's Lamar over his career has had this transformation, right? So this was him in his MVP year. Pretty skinny, arms wise, right? And then in 22, he bulks up and looks like this, right?
Yeah.
And now he's back to this.
Mhm.
He's like, it's interesting to me that he's like, he played really well when he was kind of skinnier. Then he bulked up, played well still, but not as good. And now he's back down to this.
Well, realize you don't need all that meat.
Well, you know what happened? and something I didn't even pick up on because he still can run so well. But when
Yeah.
you go back and watch his highlights when he was first in the league, not even 19, I'm talking his rookie year in 2018, how
Yeah.
fast he was. Like, he's still fast, but there is a step slower now, at least a little bit. He's still probably the fastest quarterback in the league at top speed. It's either him or Fields. But it's not the same burst that he had.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Maybe he's going a little further down the speed. And that part of me is a little concerning with Zay because Zay is doing the same thing where Zay is bulked up a little bit. But hey, he's also been working out with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in the offseason. And that's, listen, Justin Madubuike spent one offseason with Aaron Donald and went from a guy with like 4 sacks to leading all defensive linemen in sacks in one offseason. So I'm not saying Zay's about to have a 1,500-yard season, but Zay's about to have a 1,500-yard season.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's go.
That'll be huge.
I really do think Zay is going to – people don't realize how good he's going to be.
No, he's very good. He is. He's a dog of a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I'm in the same boat over here, dude. If we get Rome Odunze, I can't wait to see how good that kid is. Even whatever team he goes to, dude, I cannot wait to see how good he is because he's going to be unreal. In my opinion, dude, I think he'll give
Marv. I don't know what you're talking about that. I mean,
no,
Marvin Harris.
Like, we'll give Marv. I think that Rome will give Marv a run for his money. I think that Marv will be better, but Rome's going to give him a run for his money. I'm really high on him, dude. He is such
you really like him.
Oh my God, I love him. I love him so much. I would do a lot of things to have Rome Odunze on my squad.
I'll tell you.
Which I hope he does, dude.
There's nothing.
Well, obviously, I'm getting the Caleb jersey right away. But if it's Rome Odunze,
Ravens draft class, man, I'm never gonna forget. I had Kyle Hamilton as my number 1 ranked player, and then I said I wanted Linderbaum at 14, and then Hamilton falls to 14, and then we trade Hollywood and get Linderbaum with that pick, and they're both of them are Pro Bowl, All Pro players 2 years into their careers. I mean, they are both so good. Kyle Hamilton is awesome. Another guy, better than secondary. Shout out Marlon Humphrey getting engaged last night.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. He's
good guy. You see how Logan Paul's having a fucking kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
We're also now at the point. I forget what year was it for you. It was around the same, but I forget what years was it for you when you like really. I'm not talking like fan. I'm talking like the elevation into super fan happened. Around what years were that for you?
The Bears.
Yeah.
When I was in like 4th, 5th grade.
Right. Same here.
So that's like, God, how old are you when you're in 4th or 5th grade?
It's like 10.
Yeah, sometime around there. Yeah. Sometime around there is when I really started watching everything. Guys
like Marlon Humphrey, guys that I remember when we drafted, and we're now at the point where he's one of the oldest guys, and he's Ronnie and Tuck, the only ones that have been on the team longer than him at this point.
Yeah.
Shit, Lamar is getting up there too. I mean, Lamar is entering year 7, 6, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
That's crazy. 7 years.
This is Lamar's 7th year in the league.
Dude, it feels like
I have watched
yesterday.
Yeah, well, yeah, what's even crazier is the fact that because I grew up on Flacco, but I, in terms of my fandom being what it is, have watched more Ravens football with Lamar than I did with Joe, even though the quarterback for me growing up was always Flacco. In terms of my fandom, I've watched way more Lamar football than I watched Joe.
Yeah. 100%, dude.
And Mark Andrews is entering year 7 too.
Yeah, man. We're getting old, dude. We're getting old. Everybody's getting old.
I mean, Justin Tucker is the only one. I talk about this with my friends all the time, where we have literally grown up. Any field goal within 50 yards, we don't care. We know it's going in as long as it doesn't get blocked. We have grown up with the best kicker of all time always being our kicker.
Yep. You're lucky,
he is
dude.
someone that we are not going to realize how lucky we have had it over our entire lives until a day comes and someone else is kicking field goals for the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we're
Didn't
like-
even realize.
And like randomly our kicker misses a 42-yard field goal because it's a little windy.
Yep.
Like that doesn't happen ever to the Ravens.
Yeah.
That happens to everybody at least once. Like anytime Tuck misses a field goal from 48 randomly, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I will, you know what? I'll tell you what, the quietest I have ever heard that stadium, 2018, Ravens Saints. I don't know if you remember this. We drove down the field, scored a touchdown. I think it was Michael Crabtree that caught it. It was against the Saints.
Mhm.
And we're extra point to tie the game to go to overtime, and Tucker missed his first ever extra point. Ever. That's the first career extra point miss. And it was the face of Tuck just like he couldn't believe that he missed it. But it was like he was like 222 for 222. It was his first ever miss.
Yeah.
And it would have been to send the game to overtime. It was right after that. Touchdown. Ravens and Saints going overtime. It was Lamar's rookie year, but it was still Joe. And Tuck missed it. And it was just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
We couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Points matter, man. Field goals matter. Extra points matter. That's how it always is, man.
To think we
That's
got him as an undrafted rookie.
Okay.
I'm going to just spam him. Just want to spam shit.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to bring up today?
No, not really. Wednesday we'll be back.
Yep. We'll be talking only about the Chicago Bulls' extremely important
Play-in game. The whole show for 3 hours, guys. The play-in
3
special.
hours.
Yep. 3 hours straight. No breaks, nothing.
Damn.
Okay.
Tune in for that.
Yeah. Be there then. Wednesday, 2 p.m. till actually midnight. We'll be live. All right. Yep. Thank you guys for joining. We appreciate it. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Yep. All right. See ya.
See you guys.